Bismillah, Assalamu alaikum. In today's video, we will be discussing a very interesting and revealing problem for evolution based on epistemology. This is related to the fossil record and one of the most common arguments for evolution, so-called transitional fossils, and a version of Occam's razor. Before we get started, if you have benefited from my work and are interested in getting more of my premium content, you can do so, and you can help me continue my work by either buying my books or donating to my GoFundMe page. The sample chapter of my books are in the video description. The links to buy my books and my GoFundMe page are in the pinned comment. One of the most common arguments for evolution and universal common descent is that the universe numerous similarities in living things, whether they be in genetics, morphology, in embryology, or other things, give the appearance of being due to common descent. The claim is that because it looks like common descent is taking place, the simplest explanation is that common descent is true, and the burden of proof is on the person bringing alternate explanations for these similarities, such as common design. So, this is one of the most common ways this argument is made. Uh, Here is the simple problem with this argument for evolutionists. Throughout the fossil record, one of the most common and apparent phenomena is that of stasis. What this means is that after a life form first appears in the fossil record, it stays pretty much the same throughout its existence and then abruptly replaced by a different life form. This fact is widely acknowledged by mainstream paleontologists, and in fact, it's the reason that punctuated equilibrium exists. Like that was a theory specifically developed to deal with this massive problem in the fossil record. What this means is when we look at the fossil record, it looks like no evolution is taking place. There are no changes are taking place. I can literally give dozens of references to support my claim, but for now I will just stick to these two. I have given other references in my other videos as well, and I have included a lot more in my book as well. So I'll just read one of these references. No wonder paleontologists shied away from evolution for so long. It seems never to happen. Assiduous collecting up cliff faces yields zigzags, minor oscillations, and the very occasional slight accumulation of change over millions of years at a rate too slow to really account for all the prodigious change that has occurred in evolutionary history. When we do see the introduction of evolutionary novelty, it usually shows up with a bang and often with no firm evidence that the organisms did not evolve elsewhere. Evolution cannot forever be going on someplace else, yet that's how the fossil record has struck many a forlorn paleontologist looking to learn something about evolution. Now let's apply the same version of Occam's razor that evolutionists were using to argue for common descent. The fossil record looks like there is no evolution taking place. Therefore, the simplest explanation is that there is no evolution taking place, and anyone bringing up ad hoc explanation for the why the fossil record does not support the predictions of evolution has to take the burden of proof. This is a very simple and clear-cut reasoning based on the criterion evolutionists themselves use. This is one of the numerous problems that evolution faces, and the funny thing is that it is based on the criterion that they themselves use. The simple fact is, when we look at the fossil record, uh, it almost looks like there is no change taking place at all. Like there is no gradual series of changes that is required for the evolutionary theory. When novelty shows up, as the reference showed, it shows abruptly. This happens again and again, and this is not a rare phenomena. This is the reason that most paleontologists they either accept punctuated equilibrium, or at the very least they acknowledge this massive problem for Darwinian evolution. Even though they like most of them, they are evil all of them, they are evolutionists, they believe evolution is true, but they still recognize that this is not something that is predicted by evolutionary theory and is a problem for evolutionary theory. The funny thing about evolutionists is that they will abandon all of their criteria and justification the minute you expose the problems for them. And since evolution and atheism, for that matter, are garbage ideologies, There will always be problems for these clowns. If you are interested in more details on this argument and numerous other problems for evolution, check out my book, Evolution and Design Logic and Evidence. The sample chapter is linked in the video description. The link to buy my book is in the pinned comment. If you enjoy my work and want to help me continue my work, you can do so by donating to my GoFundMe page. Any donation, big or small, will be appreciated. Till next time, Assalamu alaikum.